house pattern in essence means that there's a lot of oil in the middle part of the lane and not a lot of oil on the outside. So that way when you play the lanes correctly, you have miss room on the inside that's going to allow the ball to push towards the head pin, and then if you miss on the outside, you're going to create friction that's going to get the ball to come back towards the head pin. So in essence, if you play the lanes correctly and you make good shots, you can shoot a lot of high scores. So most house patterns generally are between the distance of 39 to 42 feet on average. So using the rule of 31, normally what I'll do is subtract what I think the oil pattern distance is, and then actually stand a little bit further left to see the point where I can find the early friction in the pattern, to see where the bowling ball hooks ahead of time. So in that process, after I find where the early friction is, to see where the bowling ball hooks before it gets to the end of the pattern, I'll move right off of that spot and use that as my break point as I try to bowl for score. So in the process, if I miss a little bit further left, I should be able to find enough friction to be able to get the bowling ball back to the head pin. And if I miss a little in, there should be enough oil in the middle part of the lane in order to get the bowling ball to stay on line with the head pin, therefore maximizing the miss room that I have.
So first, what is a urethane bowling ball? So urethane bowling balls, to the contrary to reactive resin bowling balls, they don't absorb as much oil. These balls are designed to hook early and have a smooth overall reaction. That's why they are very popular on the PBA tour, and when you go and bowl on difficult patterns, you see a lot of people throwing them because they're gonna give you control. So one common misconception with urethane bowling balls, because when you see the ball sheet, it says that it doesn't have a lot of hook, that they are suitable for dry land conditions. But that is just a misconception, because in order to these balls to perform at its best, they need oil so they can read the pattern early and have that smooth reaction. Usually when you encounter fresh oil, it's kind of really hard to control that backhand reaction. It's a little bit over-under with these reactive bowling balls, but having a urethane bowling ball, it actually is a great tool to blend the pattern in. So urethane bowling balls are a great option for the fresh because they're gonna hook early, they're gonna give you that smooth reaction that's gonna help you control the pocket. So when you're bowling on a sport shot, or a short ball pattern, flat patterns, these bowling balls are great because they're gonna give you the smooth continuation, they're gonna give you a predictable ball motion that's gonna allow you to be able to control the pocket when the lanes are really hard. So whether you're bowling closer to the gutter or you're playing closer to the track, the urethane bowling ball is gonna give you that smooth reaction that you need to control the pocket when it's really hard to strike. So we talk about everything good about the urethane, now we're gonna go to the cons of urethane. So the first one is that urethane can really change the lanes that you're bowling on. Because the urethane bowling balls are designed to hook early, they're gonna take a lot of oil from the front part of the lane, but because don't absorb it, they're gonna push the oil down the lane, and if there is a lot of urethane going on, if you're bowling on the same lane for a while, the lanes are gonna change drastically and they're gonna get really difficult because then suddenly the lanes are gonna hook early, but then when you're trying to make it hook in the back end, they won't hook, they're gonna get tighter down lane, and it's just really hard to adjust that kind of transition. So we see in other sports like baseball, the pitcher getting ready, using a ritual before they perform. But in bowling, you see professional bowlers always kind of use the same ritual before throwing the ball. That's because it's a good way to get you ready to execute the shot. Bowling is a sport of repetition. So by having a ritual before throwing the ball can help you to repeat more shots. So one key to having an effective pre-shot routine is keep it simple. You don't want to have 1,000 things to go over before the goal. You want to have 2 or 3, so make it easier to repeat your routine. So one common aspect of pre-shot routine is starts with wiping your bowling ball off. That not only helps you in your pre-shot routine, but also help clean your bowling ball and kind of get you in the mindset that it's your turn to bowl and you want to start to getting ready to throw a good shot. Another aspect that is really important in a pre-shot routine is breathing. So you want to have deep breaths, you want to get oxygen to your body so you can be relaxed, slow your heart rate down so you can execute the shot to the best of your ability. Alright guys, so now we're going to go to the lanes and I'm going to show you how my pre-shot routine looks like. Alright guys, so the first step that I like to do is first of all take a deep breath. I like to take a deep breath before I go, then grab my chamois, kind of wipe up my hand a little bit, then grab my bowling ball, wipe my bowling ball down. And while I'm doing it, I'm just taking deep breaths. Visualization is key for me while I'm doing this to see what shot I want to execute. Take one more deep breath before I go. Get some air. Make sure my hand is dry and ready to go. Like to wipe my sole. Then once I'm ready, get on the approach. One more deep breath. And go. And that's it, guys. That's my pre-shot routine.
So one of the biggest things is actually having a very nice and loose arm swing. As you can see there, I was kind of all over the place with it, but in all reality, the best way to generate a very loose arm swing is to make sure when you push out the ball, you kind of let the ball fall into an easy swing, and you don't extend your elbow to be in a full extension. So one of the best ways to really be soft with the bowling ball, but still have a great way of generating hook to it, is having a little bit of an elbow bend. And one of the best ways that I figured out what a natural, elbow bend should be is all you got to do is just have your elbow sit at your side, and in that process, you'll see what it should feel like when you're coming through the swing. All right, guys. So one drill that everybody can do at their local bowling center. All you do is you line up on the approach. You take your bowling ball and put it in your starting position, and make sure that when you're going to bring the ball into your swing, you have a nice and easy elbow bend. So roughly they say about 10 to 15 degrees is ideal. You don't want to make sure that you fully extend it, that your elbow's locked. For the second part of the drill, what you're going to do, you're going to make sure that you extend, and you're going to let the ball fall back, let the weight of the bowling ball fall back. You don't want to use a whole bunch of muscle. It should feel like a pretty natural thing, and make sure that you keep that same elbow bend in the process. So that way, when it's your turn to throw the perfect strike, you're ready to make a great shot, and you have a very nice and easy, relaxed elbow bend in the process. All right, so the third and final tip in order to hook a bowling ball properly is all about hand position. You want to make sure that your hand, in my case being a left-hander, my hand is between either 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock when I go to release the bowling ball. And in right-hander's case, you want your hand position between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock in order to hook the bowling ball properly. So here I'll demonstrate that quickly and show you what I mean. You get down, get in position, and make sure that your hand is at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock if you want a little bit more hook, 8 o'clock for even a little bit more hook, and then 9 o'clock for the max hook that you can see the ball go. The one thing you don't want to do is make sure that you go past 9 o'clock and try to rotate it further than that. That's going to actually make the bowling ball roll in a way it's not supposed to, and it's not going to help you score any better. I'll release it here about 7 o'clock. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We love the feedback. We love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. So make sure to tune in next time, and we'll see you around. Peace.